Understanding email headers for security analysis. In the digital age, email remains the backbone of communication, yet it's also a primary vector for cyber threats. While we often focus on the visible content of an email, the sender, subject, and body, a wealth of hidden information lies beneath the surface. The email header. Far from being mere technical jargon, these intricate lines of code are like a digital forensic trail, revealing critical clues about an email's true origin, its journey across the internet, and potential signs of malicious intent. For anyone involved in cybersecurity, from IT professionals to vigilant users, understanding how to dissect and interpret these headers is an indispensable skill, transforming them into powerful tools for identifying phishing attempts, tracing spam, and fortifying our digital defenses. Email headers are essentially the unseen metadata attached to every email, containing a detailed log of its journey from sender to recipient. They are a collection of fields that provide technical information about the email's origin, routing, authentication, and various other parameters, acting like a digital envelope that describes how the message was sent and handled. Types of email headers. 1. Received headers. The received headers are like a digital time-stamped log of every server an email passes through on its way from the sender to your inbox. Each time an email server receives a message, it adds a new received header to the top of the existing ones. Think of it like a series of stamps on a physical letter, each one showing where and when the letter was processed by a different post office. By reading these headers from bottom to top, the oldest entry is at the bottom, the newest at the top, you can trace the email's exact path, seeing every server it touched. This helps reveal the actual source IP address of the sender, which is often different from the from address you see, especially in spoofed or phishing emails, helping you confirm if an email truly came from the domain it claims to be from. 2. From headers. The from header is arguably the most immediately recognizable and influential part of any email, serving as the sender's identity as displayed in a recipient's inbox. It typically presents both a friendly display name, e.g., CEO's name or bank customer service, and the associated email address, e.g., ceo@yourcompany.com or support@bank.com. This header is crucial for establishing initial trust, as recipients instinctively rely on it to determine the legitimacy and relevance of a message. However, its very prominence makes it a prime target for cybercriminals. Attackers frequently manipulate the from header through various techniques, such as spoofing the display name to mimic a trusted individual, while using an entirely different, often generic or suspicious underlying email address. 3. To headers. The to header specifies the primary recipient or recipients for whom the email is directly intended, listing their email addresses or display names as the direct addressees of the message. This header is fundamental to email communication, clearly indicating who the sender expects to receive and act upon the information. From a security perspective, the to header offers valuable insights into the attacker's targeting strategy. In highly personalized attacks like business email compromise, BEC, or spear phishing, the to field will often contain the specific email address of the intended victim, signifying that the attack is tailored and not a broad, untargeted spam campaign. Conversely, if a suspicious email is addressed to a large, seemingly random list of recipients, it might indicate a more generic phishing attempt where the attacker casts a wide net. 4. Subject headers. The subject header serves as the email's headline, summarizing its content and acting as one of the very first pieces of information a recipient sees in their inbox immediately after the sender's name. Its primary function is to inform the recipient about the email's topic, prompting them to decide whether to open and read the message. However, this prominent position makes the subject header a critical tool for cybercriminals employing social engineering tactics. Attackers meticulously craft subject lines to grab attention, create a sense of urgency, or invoke curiosity to entice recipients into opening malicious emails. 5. Date headers. The date header indicates the specific date and time when the email was originally sent by the sender's email client or server. This seemingly straightforward piece of information is crucial for establishing a chronological record of the email's creation. From a security analysis standpoint, the date header can provide valuable context and help identify anomalies. For instance, if an email claims to be an urgent request, but the date header shows it was sent days or weeks ago, it immediately raises a red flag. Conversely, an email with a date header that appears to be in the future, or one that is significantly out of sync with other received headers, could indicate tampering or a misconfigured sending system, both of which warrant further investigation. Now, if you're ready to strengthen your cybersecurity skills and protect yourself online, I have a free resource for you. Download our free security checklist at tylerus.com. It's packed with simple, actionable steps to help you stay safe and build your knowledge. Want more personalized help? You can request a free consultation with our cybersecurity experts. Or if you're curious how Tylerus works in real time, just ask for a demo through our contact form. Understanding email header fields. Email headers contain various fields that provide deeper technical insights. Understanding these fields is key to a thorough security analysis. 1. IP addresses. An IP, Internet Protocol. Address is a unique numerical label assigned to every device connected to a computer network that uses the Internet Protocol for communication. In email headers, IP addresses identify the servers involved in transmitting the email. An interpretation. The IP address in the received headers, particularly the one closest to the origin, can tell you the location of the sender or the network provider of the sending server. If an email claiming to be from a local bank has an IP address tracing back to a server in a completely different country, it's a major red flag. Example, received from 192.028.100 by mailexample.com. Here, 192.028.100 is the IP address of the sending server. 2. Domain names. A domain name, e.g. a google.com, yourcompany.com, is a human-readable address that corresponds to one or more IP addresses. In headers, domain names appear in from, to, received, and various authentication headers. Interpretation. Pay close attention to subtle misspellings or variations in domain names, e.g., securebankonline.com instead of securebank.com. Attackers often use these lookalike domains to trick recipients. 3. Email clients. The email client, or mail user agent, MUA, is the software used by the sender to compose and send the email, e.g., Outlook, Gmail web interface, Apple Mail. Information about the client might appear in headers like user agent or xmailer. That is, interpretation. While not always a direct security indicator, inconsistencies can be suspicious. If an email supposedly from a corporate executive, known to use Outlook, shows xmailer, PHP 5.4.1, indicating a web script, it could suggest automation by an attacker rather than a legitimate send. 4. Authentication results. SPF, DKIM, DMARC. These headers are added by the receiving email server to indicate whether the sender's domain has passed specific email authentication checks. They are crucial for verifying the email's legitimacy. SPF, Sender Policy Framework. SPF allows a domain owner to publish a list of authorized IP addresses that are permitted to send email on behalf of that domain. The authentication results header will show SPF unpass if the sending server's IP is authorized, or SPF is /fail if it's not. A fail is a strong indicator of spoofing. And example, authentication. Results, mx.google.com. SPF/fail smtp.mail from securebank.com. Domain keys identified mail. DKIM adds a digital signature to the email, allowing the recipient server to verify that the email hasn't been tampered with in transit, and that it genuinely originated from the claimed domain. DKIM pass means the signature is valid. DKIM fail or DKIM neutral suggests tampering or an invalid signature. Example, authentication, results, mx.google.com. DKIM/fail header, securebank.com. The DKIM signature for securebank.com is invalid. DMARC, domain-based message. Authentication, reporting, and conformance. DMARC builds on SPF and DKIM, providing a policy for how receiving servers should handle emails that fail authentication, e.g., quarantine, reject, and allowing domain owners to receive reports on authentication failures. Mark_fail indicates the email failed DMARC policy, often leading to rejection or quarantine. The PX policy field in the DMARC record tells the receiving server what to do. An example, authentication. Results, mx to google.com. DMRC, fail. P reject dis, none. Header. From securebank.com. Tools for analyzing email headers. Online tools. 1. These are web-based services where you paste the raw email header, and they parse it, highlighting key information, authentication results, and often providing a visual timeline of the email's journey. Examples are MX Toolbox Header, a popular tool that provides a clear breakdown of headers, including SPF, DKIM, and DMARC results, and often flags potential issues. A Google Admin Toolbox Message Header, specifically useful for Gmail users, it helps interpret headers within the Gmail ecosystem. Spam Assassin, online versions. While primarily a spam filter, some online versions allow you to paste headers and get a spam score, along with explanations for why certain elements were flagged. And how to use. Copy the full raw email header from your email client, usually an option like Show Original, View Source, or Message Details. Paste it into the tool's input field and click Analyze. Command line tools for advanced users, system administrators. 2. For those comfortable with command line interfaces, tools like grep and sed can be used to search for specific patterns or extract information from raw email files. A grep, used for searching plain text datasets for lines that match a regular expression. And example grep received email.yml would show all received headers in an email file. Sed, a stream editor that can perform basic text transformations on an input stream. Best practices for email header analysis. To effectively leverage email headers for security analysis, follow these best practices. 1. Verify sender IP addresses. Always compare the IP addresses found in the received headers with known legitimate IP ranges for the supposed sender's domain. Use IP lookup tools to determine the geographical location and ISP of suspicious IPs. If an email from a local company originates from an IP in a distant country, it's a major red flag. 2. Check authentication results, SPF, DKIM, DMARC. These are your most reliable indicators of spoofing. A fail result for any of these authentication methods for the from domain is a strong sign that the email is fraudulent and should be treated with extreme suspicion. Even a soft fail or neutral warrants caution. 3. Look for inconsistencies in header fields. Attackers often make subtle mistakes. A date time. Anomalies. Does the date header make sense given the content and received timestamps? Unexpected client mailer. Does the user agent or X-mailer header indicate an email client that doesn't align with the supposed sender? E.g., a web script instead of a corporate Outlook client. Header order. While not always a definitive sign, unusual ordering of received headers can sometimes indicate manipulation. 4. Emphasize the importance of combining email header analysis with other security measures. Email headers are a powerful tool, but they are just one piece of the cybersecurity puzzle. Always combine header analysis with content analysis. Look for grammatical errors, unusual requests, a sense of urgency, and suspicious links or attachments in the email body. Also to sender verification, out of band. If a request seems unusual, especially for financial transactions or sensitive data, always verify it through a separate known communication channel, an e.g., a phone call to a pre-verified number, not one from the email. User awareness training. Educate all employees about phishing, social engineering, and the importance of reporting suspicious emails. And technical controls. Implement robust email security gateways, multi-factor authentication, MFA, and endpoint protection to provide layers of defense. Understanding email headers is no longer just a technical skill for IT professionals. It's a vital component of personal and organizational cybersecurity. As cyber threats become increasingly sophisticated, the ability to dissect these hidden digital trails empowers us to see beyond the surface of an email and uncover its true origin and intent. By following the steps listed above, we can now have an edge over cybercriminals in the digital space. If you're ready to strengthen your cybersecurity skills and protect yourself online, I have a free resource for you. Download our free security checklist at tylerist.com. It's packed with simple, actionable steps to help you stay safe and build your knowledge. Want more personalized help? You can request a free consultation with our cybersecurity experts. Or if you're curious how Tylerist works in real time, just ask for a demo through our contact form. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.